Oh shit! Sorry about that, y'all. Uh, yeah, man. Let's put this update. Uh, and energy thing. Update is, I feel better. I've been downloading a lot of information. Um, Energy part of this is I've been talking to a lot of people. I ain't the only one having weird energy. A lot of people are. It has to do with all these cycles, the retrograde this and moon that and eclipse that and blah blah bliggity blah that. Schumann resonance, blah blah blah, magnetos, all this stuff. There's some energies going out there. But right now, I feel like I'm really being talked to by the other side. I have to figure out what's going on. That's why I've asked for prayers for clarity. And there's a bigger mission going on here. I know I've talked about land and putting together people on land. That's possible. But there's also a possibility. I get all these people are like, man, I wish I could see you, and everybody's everywhere. And I also had this other thought of it's weird because I don't have a license or driving and can afford to. But if that's what the universe wants me to do, then that's what the universe wants me to do. I am a single guy. So I was thinking, maybe that's what they want me to do. Get to where I can drive again because it ain't going to take too much for me to get my license back. The biggest issue is keeping a car on the road with money and gas in it in a state that has really high insurance. But maybe my thing is to go across the country and visit with these people and share this love and stuff. But I've also thought too, if I end up getting the land, that I could do that and help people. Like if I ran into a bunch of money, that's what I do. Go across places and give people money to set up the land. But anyways, um, yeah, if you feel anything weird today, there's a lot of just changes and things going on with the energies to bring in the positivity that we need, but in the process a lot of stuff's coming out. I've been in the store and felt other people's energies really strong in this building. I could feel energy strong. Um, so keep that in mind to pray that. And if you feel tired downloading, I'm getting told this, and I know some other people that are having issues where they're like really tired. There's a possibility we've got downloaded stuff. This is at least what I felt was told was you downloaded. You need to rest to get it in there. But I had a weird thing happen during rest where a bunch of other stuff and things come piling in, and I ended up like crying. Wasn't sure why. Kind of happens. Um, but yeah, so don't feel crazy. There's a lot of energy stuff going on. Um, I'm better, although I'm still kind of confused and stuff. I went back to the vision of them angelic beings that I've seen. Somebody speaking to me, and even though I need to rest at times, there is a higher mission, and I might end up having to ask for help on this at some point. I don't know. Depends what I'm being told. Oh, hey, what's up, Mike and my Jedi friend here? Let me stick on my glasses for a second. I'm sure you all said hi, so hello right back to y'all. Ooh, these things are dirty. Holy crap! What's kind of cool? I was on here earlier and got one wave of people. Now I'm it's like I got the afternoon crowd. Maybe I ought to do the morning, evening, and afternoon. That way I can get the different crowds, and just whatever, give a basic message and then some talking, and that way everybody's got a chance. uh, yeah, a lot of people are doing stuff in the dream world. I'm trying to figure out if I'm doing anything that's like has to do with the things coming up because I don't want to be messing with anything in the past. Karmic life, not dharmic life. Done with karma. I'm here to spread love, to be with the divine powers, dharmic life, not karmic life. So I don't even want to dream that stuff. But I used to have a lot of visionary type of dreams, and I don't think they're happening right now. But I think part of that was something just came up in my life where it took me back to like a childhood PTSD moment where everything started from, but it was something that happened later in life and let me know that it was that moment where I picked up the nervous twitch thing when I was really young. Some weird shit happened. Anyways, um, that caused like a PTSD thing, and then one of the last things that really bothered me that happened with the relationship when I was younger. It kind of I was talking to the person, so some of that stuff came up, and I think a lot of that was like venting out right at that point. So, um, I would be able to do the next part of things, which is what a lot of us are doing. We're venting, or not venting. We're going through the stuff within ourselves and transmuting it and dealing with emotions and everything. So that way, whatever it is we're supposed to do, our abilities, any of this stuff can come online. And it really becomes confusing when, as you all know, living in this world, trying to live a regular 3D life, but at the same time dealing with all your mental stuff while dealing with all these energies coming in and coming out, and the earth doing stuff. And I swear it's also doing this, man, because the moon's all over the place. Nobody can explain it. So yeah, man, that's a lot going on. And with people keep pointing to the solstice in December and the end of the year, and it's been stuck in my head too before they started doing that stuff. It makes sense that it's speeding up. And if it's true that we do have the binary sun and we're speeding up as we're slingshotting around that binary sun, it's speeding up time. And then everything is just like right now. And they said with the Schumann going up, 99, supposed to go up to 300, and that would be its norm. Well, think about it. All of us people who are normally like, I'm talking right now, blah, 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 that could be the norm here on Earth, a very high energy state. So can you imagine a whole bunch of people walking around like this, talking like this? Man, we might have to learn telepathy. That way we can just go instant. You have the thought instead of going, blah, 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 blah. Could you imagine a world full of people walking around talking like me? Because when I get in the spirit, it just goes blah, 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 and just keeps going, man. But it kind of makes sense with the way the energies feel and the way people are taking to the energies. It's like making them kind of batty and stuff. The whole entire Earth is vibrating faster. It's going to, and that's the thing, man. It's going in like just with our brain waves. It's going into an awakened phase. Like delta, theta. That's all your chill stuff. Well, Earth's going into gamma. Gamma, that's wide awake. That's wide awake so far that you're like in the spiritual realm. I mean, you look that stuff up. Like if you listen to gamma waves while you're doing stuff that you use your brain and different stuff. You listen to the gamma wave frequencies. It's kind of annoying in a way. It's like thing, but it just Anyways, yeah, I hope all the conversation here is mainly you guys with each other because I've missed half of it. It usually is, so I don't really have to go through stuff, but I'm just gonna check through it anyways. But I kind of dig it anyways when I look over here and see you guys talking to each other and all that shit. It's like got a whole little neighborhood over here hanging out while you're discussing things. Oh yeah, alkaline foods. Get the whole system alkaline, man. Um, Yeah, yeah, that lemon juice and water, it's amazing. A lot of people think, oh, lemon, it's acidic. Well, when lemon water hits your body, it alkalizes. It's trippy how that happens. I keep forgetting. I'm glad you said lemon. I just bought 2 lemons yesterday and a jug of water. So thank you for that. I keep forgetting stuff. And what's really crazy is when you like you go on and do these videos and you're telling people all this stuff, and then you forget the stuff you're telling people, and then they have to come back and say, "Hey, why don't you try this?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, I do that." It happens, you know. We're all learning. It's like I look at it this way: the time until the time I leave this avatar, I'm going to be learning and growing, learning and growing. There ain't going to be a point where I just sit there and go, "All right, man, I'm Guru Yogi Dana. I know it all." Never happen. Never happen. As long as I'm here, I'm learning just like the rest of us. Learning, remembering, whatever we want to call this whole adventure here. But anyways, um, dun dun dun. Hey Thomas, how you doing? Let's see. I think I have said hi to everybody here. The Jedi Master Thomas, my skies. Oh yeah, ginger's good for a lot of things, man. Hey, how you doing, Jackie? Uh, They start doing what again? The lemon water thing? Soul Tribe. Oh yeah, man. See, that is why I think I felt like that kind of weird loneliness thing because it's not just anybody. Anybody's company's gonna be like, oh, that's great. No, I'm realizing what it is. It's the soul family, yearning for the soul family, knowing that we're all supposed to get together. having no idea how to get us all together, and everybody living where they are. And me, I'm not sitting and waiting on things. I don't like to call myself a leader in anything, even though I've had friends tell me that's what this is. A way shower works better for me. But I feel like I need to show the way on at least with the group of peoples that I'm involved with, me and whoever else, of how to do this. But it's like, how are we connecting all these communities with? I mean, we're doing it with social media. So how do we do it outside of that? Because I know people spread out all over the world. It takes is like the whole community thing. Like I was saying, when you have communities, it's different. Maybe one person's got the money, this person's got skills, this person's got other skills. You combine it all together and you get stuff done. Like within this, we need to have somebody that can come up with the money to buy the land, people that know how to help develop the land, all work together, and then everybody get their things. You know, if it was up to me, I'd just get the money and do. I just screw it. I just drive across the land, get the money, and then show people what I know as far as digging septic and doing all that kind of stuff. Tell them how they can get the equipment in there and take care of everything, and then go on to the next place and go on to the next place until I'm out of money or almost out of money. I got to keep enough to survive on, and then head back to wherever it is that I'm staying at, and then I can visit everybody here and there as they build their communities. But it doesn't have to be me. Somebody can do that. We need somebody to do that, and then we can all. Because quite frankly, I'm a gardener. I like to be in the dirt. I don't like to go around and do all the business stuff. But I don't hear anybody else talking like I am super serious and super like Jesus loves the world thing. That's it. I'm like Jesus. I love the world. I love every blade of grass, everything, everybody. I want to help. I don't want to stand around and wait for other people to help. I done that when I was younger, and I was taught that I'm not supposed to do that. There's something in you that's a born. Here I go with that word I don't like, leader. But again, it's the way short thing, you know. So it's hard for me to just to sit around. I've I've got the motivation and the love. It's the funds and the exact direction. Is it supposed to be I buy land and invite the people to the land, or I'm supposed to get money and give people the land? Or am I supposed to travel around and just spread love? Either way, it all takes resources, and I've got to figure out what it is I'm doing. But that's the thing, though. If anybody's feeling any kind of stuff like that, take the time, meditate, so you can try and get your answers. And don't be afraid to ask other people to include you in prayers and meditation. I done it today. If you're trying to get answers or whatever, and well, I'll include you in my prayers and meditation. Help so and so to be able to get clarity and answers on things. But the more that we talk, the more that we communicate, the more we link up with each other, the more our abilities open up, the more we're able to figure out what we need to know. I can talk to somebody and them not even give me the answers, but them be very highly spiritually awake, and them just talking to me trigger stuff in me, or maybe they say something I didn't think of. So yeah, we all just need to keep linking and stuff the best that we can, as much as we can. I'm not saying take your whole life and just hey, I got to constantly be on the phone and talking to people. Nah, but just remember, we got this. This is how we're going to make this all work. Is by strengthening these communities, these little groups of people that we got spread out everywhere. And I've seen these little groups pop up, and then these little groups turn into bigger groups and subgroups to bigger groups. That's it, man. You know, I can't turn off what's going on inside me. I'm serious. There's some angelic presence that's within my life, and man, they got a lot of energy, or they know I have a lot of energy somehow. It's like I'm being triggered to figure out what this is and do this. There's a lot going on here, man. I'm telling you. But anyways, I'm feeling better. For anybody who's seen my video earlier, obviously, as you can tell, I put the bed up. I can't believe I laid in the bed and did a video this morning. Hey, Bruce. Hey, I sent you an email, man. Appreciate you being there this morning. All's better. I'm starting to get into a lot of information and stuff and figuring out things. But telling you, man, once if you say to yourself, highest timeline, and all that stuff, you got to be careful because some of us don't remember who we are. And I've said that, and it's like I'm being told to do stuff that it's like, really? Are you sure? Or given feelings of doing something that feels like really major, but not having an idea what it is because the human mind's going, all right, you're tripping me out, man. You know? It's just like the whole thing with when I was looking at that 33 and they're like, oh, that's an Ascended Masters number. Ascended Masters are trying to contact you. What the hell would the Ascended Masters be trying to contact me for? But this happens to a lot of people. I've known a lot of people reporting the same thing. So it's almost like got to remember who we are, or maybe it's just the other side is like, hey, look, anybody can do this. If you're listening, we choose you. But it's kind of freaky because the way this world teaches us is like, we're lower beings that, it can't be that way. But nah, that's bullcrap. Because even if you look in the religious texts like the Bible, there's all kinds of people in there that God used for things. It wasn't like you had to be a certain exact kind of person. You just had to have the right heart condition, you know? And I think that's the way it is here. We get confused with all this stuff with star seeds and all that shit. It don't really matter. It don't matter if you came from Earth, another planet, whatever. If you can tune in to what is God and want better for the earth, we're all part of that same team, whatever the hell that really is. Because I don't know. I mean, I've been told the starseed thing. For all I know, I've been incarnated on Earth forever. I don't know. I don't remember any of it. But I do know one thing. There is this being we call God, and we are all being given the energy to awaken and come back to the divine realms of the One and to link with one another. And anybody, anybody Anybody can do this. All you gotta do is just tune in. Just say, hey, I choose to better things here. Bam. You on the team. But some people make it seem like it's something special. Ah, you're human. If you're human, you're equipped with the same crap, same stuff as everybody else. You have the same kind of abilities and things, and whatever. That kind of stuff. Um, oh, hey, we got more people here. Hello, Bell. Yeah, I was just talking to you a minute ago over there in Facebook world. Um, keep getting the 3-day theme. Ooh, what do you mean by the 3-day theme, man? Because this three thing, man, it's like three. It's just everywhere. So if you care to elaborate, I'm curious. Um, yeah, Bruce, that's what it is, man. That's what I try and tell people. I'm like, look, this when I say this ain't me, I mean this ain't my mind doing this stuff. If it was my mind would be like, smoke some weed, get out your guitar, play some music, yeah, jam with your friends. That's where my brain's at. My heart, on the other hand, is like, well, if you're gonna do music that's uplifting and can. And here we go. It's that heart open thing. So it's constantly being guided. I couldn't be selfish if I tried to now. It's just too wide open. Fortunately, I was brought into this world with one that was enough open to where it didn't get completely shut down in life. So I'm very, very gracious of that. Because now the thing's wide open and that's it. It's like this is a networking center. I don't use this brain to figure out stuff anymore. It all comes from my heart. Your heart sends out more neural signals to your brain than your brain does your heart, man. Your heart literally is amazing. It's what it ties into the energy field of Merkaba. And if you look into stuff, it's so crazy, man. They said they've tracked everything back to one spot in the universe, and the shape is resembling part of the Merkaba. And they say that all reality is being projected from that. In their eyes, it's the face of God, which I don't really see it that way. Could be projected from something like that, but there is something projecting it from that. But anyways, just trippy stuff, man. Trippy stuff. Uh, Yeah, and it's my whole life. I told my friend that, the other day, I said, I feel like a ghetto redneck reverend. It's like my whole life, man. Like at one point in my life, I was watching all the survival shows because I was convinced that I was going to lead a group of people that I know into woods at the end of days. We're going to go live in the woods and learn how to start fires with sticks and stuff. Seriously, I watched a whole bunch of that stuff. Uh, Before that, I thought maybe God wanted me to be a reverend or something, which didn't quite jive with the guy who drank a lot. So that one never panned out. But it's always been like some little tug. But now that I've got out of my head, it's really big, and I feel like something's about to break open. Like I'm about to know more. And whatever it is, it doesn't matter if it's big, small, whatever it is. I just want to know what it is because something's trying to guide me. I want to go along with it, and I want to do that. Whether it's this big or this big, I don't care. You know, I just want to do my part. I want to spread love. My big thing is I want people to be able to feel what I feel in my heart. If everybody could feel that, I swear to God, the whole world would stop for a minute and just go, "Wait a minute. That's really it." I would just love to be able just to go out there, just bam, and just that energy come out and everybody feel it. Or somebody do it. I'd love to see somebody do it. I don't care who does it. Just flash that energy so that way everybody can feel that it's amazing. But anyways, I pretty much just got on here to let everybody know I'm doing better, and that also there is a lot going on energy wise. I'm not an expert in any of these areas, so I can't tell you exactly, but the cosmos does play a role in what goes on down here with pushing and pulling and gravity and moving and all these different things. So planets, the moon, whatever. So a lot of that stuff has to do with things. Like I said, the Earth doing its things. We're all connected to it from it. So yeah, a lot of weird energy going on. But if anybody has any issues, just reach out to one another, man. Just reach out to whoever you feel comfortable reaching out to. Because it's sometimes it just takes a word, and that's what we need to do, man. Keep strengthening our communities. Go to each other's channels, support each other's channels. I love doing that when I'm on a channel and somebody tells me other people, on the channels do that. I just went and checked out Crawface for the first time today. Been hearing that name many times over in Bruce C's All channel. He's a contributor to the channel. So I see the name a lot, and I went over there because somebody's like, "Hey, watch his videos. They're uplifting and stuff." Very good channel, man. I subscribed immediately. So yeah, man. Support each other's channels, support each other emotionally, and just you know, let's do this, man. Let's not sit around and talk about it. Let's not wait for some kind of interdimensional beings to come in to save us, or Q or some other thing to save us. Look, man, the only thing's going to save our own asses is us by awakening, by tying into that divine nature of everything and working together with each other and bringing the world into prosperity and a place where people do want to incarnate and be part of. I just caught something out of nowhere. I seen Jim Morrison is a genius. uh, yeah, death don't exist. It's all just cycles. And all these people has had like I've seen so many people said near death experiences or experiences where they die. And this one guy I was watching on, I think it was Wilcox channel was talking about it. He said it's all a big lie. He said when you click over, man, you just go from here to there like that. You're in the next place. You know. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, y'all. I'm gonna try to get to this vape place and see if I have enough money to buy a small bottle of vape liquid. I got like $4.40. I'm gonna see what I can get done because I really don't have any way to make any money at the moment, and that's like one of the last of my, I guess you'd say, addictions. I quit all forms of tobacco because I smoked cigarettes, cigars, chewing tobacco, snuff. I drank. I was on prescription pills for physical and mental. I quit every bit of all that shit. The only thing I got left is my vape and, of course, medical cannabis. But it's either medical cannabis or pain pills and everything else they give me. So I figure medical cannabis, and now I've been working my ass off on exercising and working out as much as I can because I can only work out so much because of bone shit. Like, hey, check this out. That's not normal. Had an injury years ago, but because of insurance, I never got checked out, and so too much pulling and pushing can aggravate that shit. And then the knees and stuff. I had a staph infection as a kid, so all my joints and shit are all dried out and crap and blah blah blah. But anyways, trying to get myself in a better shape I can because they're trying to kill me, man. I was on cortisone shots and all kind of crap. It was ridiculous. I was only like 40 years old and on more pills than some old people ready to die. And why? Because they found somebody they can push them on. Here, take this. Take this. You have this. Take this. Kill me off for money. That's why I don't go to a doctor now. Anyways, I love each and every one of you. Um, Yeah, it looks like a double jointed thing, but none of the rest of my body does this. I picked up a giant water cooler one day full of ice when I worked at Captain D's fish place, and they had this tall thing, and I had to put it up on there, and it kind of swinged around this way, and I felt something screwy. I just never got it looked at. Did sports and stuff when I was a kid, so I come from the mentality of tape your leg back on. So a lot of things I never went to the doctor for, and then later on in life, they're like, "Oh, what's that?" I don't know. Years ago, I did this, and they're like, "You didn't get it checked out." For one, don't got insurance. For two, it's like, hey, I'm still alive. That's why my hips jacked up. I got hit by a truck, and it kind of like does this every now and then. I never went to the hospital that day, but it was funny. I got about like 3 or 4 blocks down the road. I didn't feel shit. Got 3 or 4 blocks down the road. I had so much pain, I thought I was gonna cry. And the whole front wheel of the bicycle was mangled. It mangled the forks and everything. Guy hit me right on my hip with a pickup truck, knocked me out in the middle of the road. But I was so full of adrenaline, and I was so happy the guy didn't do a hit and run. He's like, "Man, do you need to go to the hospital or something?" I had a wife and kid and stuff, and I'm like, "Nah, man, I'll be all right." I wasn't all right. Nothing got broke, luckily, but because I've had X-rays, this just shit just like slips out, and you got to like push things back in. That's why I got an inversion table. But anyways, um, yeah, yeah, you know how that shit is, Bruce. We're around the same age, We were raised by people. It's like, hey, just tape it back together, you'll be okay, or dust it off, or that kind of shit, And being, a man in the Western world, it was like, you know, are you crying? You know, it's like guys can't cry. Don't have a tear come from there. My dad, he has no emotion. I seen him have a tear come from his eye one time, and that was when my grandma died. I think like 2 tears came from his eyes. He wiped them off, and that was it. I'm not even sure if the man's ever told me I love you. Maybe when I was a baby. My mom, on the other hand, it was a complete different story. But yeah, you know how that is, man. I swear to God, I played little league football, and it's like you'd hear shit like that, like it. Well, just get back out there, What was that? Walk it off. That was it. Yeah, walk it off. You're limping around. They're telling you, walk it off. Shit. What a world, man. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I know I done said that once before. uh, let's see. Pray to Jesus daily. That's yeah. Uh, well, technically, the way I see it is God is here. At 7 billion people. For me, what is God? God is everything. We are the fractalized energy of God. As that, we are all part of God. God experiences the world through all of us, through many different aspects. Through us, through birds, through everything. God experiences everything. So that's kind of how I see it. That's why I say when you get to that point, you can be like Jesus. That's what they're saying. God's within. When you do that, you literally do look at the world through God's eyes, and you can't judge nobody or do anything like that. You don't want to because you understand. You understand we are all of God. We are all God in a way. We're not individual gods. We are part of God. I still feel that God, what we call God or the energy of, does exist on a plane outside of here, but it's fractaled out. And at the end of them little fingers is humans, is the different things that exist. And through all our experience, God's learning what it is to be, as all are we. I had a talk with a friend years ago about this, and it was kind of interesting because basically what existence was nothing more than God experiencing itself. And in a way, if you look at it that way, it kind of is. As we evolve spiritually, eventually we go back to that. As we go up dimensionally with here and density out here, we eventually become the energy that goes back to what is God, where we came from. And all our experiences are now part of God. But I can't say, fact anything. This is current my current understanding. But anyways, I love each and every one of y'all. You have a beautiful day, evening, whatever it is, in your little part of this wonderful world. And the Mickey dog over there says hi. Um, yeah, man. Feeling down, need anything? Get a hold of one another. Get a hold of me. I'll make you laugh or something. I introduced myself the other day to some guy by making a bunch of gibberish noises because somebody told me he needed happiness. Then I told him my name and said that I don't usually start off voice messages like this, but hey, you needed some happiness. I said, I live in Michigan currently. I said, but I can't tell you where I'm from. I'm waiting for the alien ship to come down and point out the direction. Made him laugh. That's what he needed, And now today, he sent me something and had me happy. So back and forth. I made him laugh yesterday. He helped bring me out of the funk like the rest of you guys today. So let's keep reaching out to one another. Y'all beautiful. I'm very happy and gracious to say that every one of you are my friends and my soul family. Till next time, peace be with you.